Hello everyone and welcome you once again on another lecture of lecture series question and answer. Today I am going to discuss about two important topic of inorganic chemistry. Number one is coordination chemistry and number two is metallurgy. So without wasting any time, let's get started. So let's look at the first question. It is asking that which of the following is an oxidizing agent. Now if you look at the option, all of them are carbonyl compound. So if you know one important property of the carbonyl compound, that every carbonyl compound follows strictly effective atomic number rule, EAN rule, means the noble gas configuration should be attained by the metal. So we have to basically check that out of these given example which do not follow EAN, and then we have to look into whether it will lose electron or gain electron for completing EAN. So let's start from the first option, MnCO5. So in case of MnCO5, how many electron do we have for Mn in atomic form? So atomic number is 25, plus a single carbonyl group will donate 2 electron. So total electron that we have received is now 35. Now obviously for EAN it should gain one extra electron, then it will become 36. So that means this compound have electron accepting tendency. It will try to form this compound, and anything which gains electron means it is undergoing reduction. So something which undergoes reduction will act as oxidizing agent. So the first option itself is our answer, that MnCO5 will be an oxidizing agent. Now likewise you can check for FeCO5, you will find that what is the atomic number of iron, that is 26 plus 5 into 2, what is the total number of electron that we have, 36, which is equal to argon, which means that it follows EAN. Like that you can check for all of them follows EAN except this one. So this will be acting as an oxidizing agent. So now moving to the next question. So what it says, a 6 coordinate complex of, mind the word 6 coordinate complex, of the formula CrCl3.6H2O has green color. 0.1 mole of the complex solution when treated with excess of AgNO3 gave 28.7 gram. Now one thing you need to note here is AgNO3 have free Ag plus ion, and that free Ag plus ion will react with chloride ion and form precipitate. So basically what is happening, we do not know that what is the complex and how many chlorine is outside. So let us assume that some X chlorine is outside. So per mole of that compound it will give X chloride ion, and if it is dissolved in water it will give X chloride ion, and if you are providing excess of AgNO3, then all of these chloride ion will convert into simply AgCl precipitate. Now at the end if you read this, here it is mentioned that 28.7 grams of white precipitate is formed, which means what is the weight here, AgCl 28.7, sorry. So that is 28.7. Now this is the weight of this. So how many moles are there? Number of mole will be how much? Mass 28.7 divided by what is the formula weight for this? AgCl. So, silver is having 108 and chlorine is having 35.5. So, what will be the total sum? That will be 28.7 divided by 143.5. So, 28.7 whole divided by 143.5 will give us, this will give us 0.2 mole. So, it is very clear, how many moles does, if suppose 1 mole of this is there, then 1 mole of this will give us x mole of this, and if it is 0.1 mole, then how many mole of chloride ion we will get? 0.1x. And 1 chloride ion will form 1 AgCl. So, 0.1x will form 0.1x. So, the total AgCl that we have received will be equal to chloride ion, that will be 0.1x. And how much AgCl is there? 0.2. So, that is equal to 0.1 into x. So, we got x is equal to 2. That means how many chloride ion outside? So, in this complex we can see that it will be 2 chlorine. Now, if 2 chlorine is outside and the chromium have to maintain coordination number 6, then we have to take 5 water molecule and 1 chlorine inside, and one of the water molecule will be outside. So, this is the actual formula. So, let us match that. So, yes, outside we need 2 chlorine. So, second is coming as correct answer. Now, let us move to the next question, question number 53. In the isoelectronic series of the metal carbonyls, the carbon to oxygen bond strength, mind the word, carbon to oxygen bond strength in CO is expected to increase in order. Fine. Now, in these cases, if you find the oxidation number, manganese is present in +1, chromium is in 0, vanadium is in -1. Now, in every case, what will be the electronic configuration? If you can see, manganese is 25, so 1 electron if you will remove, it will have 24, and it will have electronic configuration 3d5 4s1. Same is there with the chromium, 3d5 4s1. And as you can see here, CO is a very strong field ligand. So, what it will do? It will push the s electron also here, and we will get basically 3d6 in every case, 3d6 and 4s0 of course. And in the vanadium case also the answer will be same, because what is the atomic number? 23 of vanadium, and extra electron means 24 electron. Now, if I will ask you that which of these three have more donating ability, and why I am asking like this? Because in case of metal carbonyl bond, you know that carbonyl donates, carbon of the carbonyl donates pair of electron into the hybrid orbital, and forms sigma bond. At the same time, the d orbital which have pair of electron donates to anti-bonding molecular orbital, pi star orbital. This is pi star. The pair of electron is donated here. So, this is forming a pi bond where it is donating in anti-bonding. So, if metal is having more donating power, then more it will donate the electron here, and if it is donating more and more electron, the bond strength of this will decrease. Why? Because it is receiving electron in anti-bonding, and you know that bond order for any species is half, especially diatomic, half bonding minus anti-bonding electrons. So, if you are adding electron in anti-bonding, then bond order will decrease and bond length will increase. So, they have asked about bond strength. So, bond order and bond strength are proportional to each other. More the bond order, more will be the strength. So, out of these three cases, which have better donating power? Vanadium. So, vanadium will donate more in anti-bonding and the strength of the carbon oxygen bond will decrease. So, that means strength of the carbon oxygen bond will be best for manganese Mn plus and then chromium and then vanadium. So, what will be the answer? So, that will be Mn and then chromium and then vanadium. It will be second. Now, moving to the next question 54. Which of the following pair the EAN of the central metal atom is not same? Fine, you can easily solve this question. How we have to go through? Very simple. What is the EAN value for this one? You know the expression of EAN. EAN is equal to Z minus oxidation number plus 2 into coordination number. Now look at these two examples. What is the oxidation number of iron here? Plus 3. Here plus 3. Coordination number 6 and 6. Atomic number of iron and iron is same. That means it will be same for 1 and 2. Okay. But they are asking not same. Then it would be better if you select a pair where different oxidation number is there, like this. We have oxidation number 0 and here we have plus 2. And remaining everything, coordination number and the metal is also same, but the oxidation number is different. So, EAN will be different. So, for this one, correct answer would be 4. Now, moving to the next question 55. Now, this is really important and very unique question. Why? Because you see here different possibility of oxygen is given here, O2 and here also O2. One of the ambiguous thing about O2 is what is the charge there, like it may be in O minus 2, it may be even O2 minus 2, it may be even O2 minus 1. So, this might be superoxide, this might be peroxide and this might be normal oxide. So, we have to check. So, let us look at the first option, what it says, potassium amine dicyano tetraoxo chromium 3. As per this, the oxygen here, both of these oxygens are actually oxo. Oxo means oxygen in minus 2 state. So, total how many oxygen we have? 4. So, what will be the total state here? Minus 8, and this is minus 2 and this is plus 2, and what they have given about chromium, that is plus 3. So, just calculate by assuming this, will you get plus 3? So, the right answer is no, because if you will sum them, the sum of this 2 plus x minus 2 minus 8 is equal to 0. If you will do like that, you will get the value of x to be plus 8, and here they have written 3, and anyway plus 8 is not possible. That means this name is not correct. Now, let us talk about the second option now. Potassium amine dicyanide dioxygen dioxo chromate 4. So, what will be the situation in this case? It is actually plus 2. Here I am assuming x, it will be minus 2, and they have given that one of them is dioxygen and another one is dioxo. So, dioxygen means O2, simple O2. O2 means charge is 0. So, we have 0. And here we have dioxo means minus 2 and minus 2, total charge will be minus 4, and here ammonia is given. So, what is the final oxidation state in this case? So, we will get 2 plus x minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. So, x we are getting plus 4. So, as per the oxidation state, we are getting this to be correct. Why? Here also we have chromium in 4 state. But there is one problem. Generally, when we have oxygen in oxo form, we do not keep them into bracket. So, keeping in bracket is not a good thing. But still, I would say that this is very close to the correct answer. Okay, let's move to the next one. Potassium amine dicyanide superoxido peroxido chromium 3. Now, one of them is superoxido, which is minus 1, other is peroxido, that means minus 2 per ligand charge. And now, let us look at and calculate the value. So, 2 plus x plus this whole value is equal to 0. So, from here x value will be 2 and minus 2 will be cancelled out, will be plus 1. And what is the oxidation state given? 3, which means this is also not correct. Moving to the fourth one, potassium amine dicyanide dioxido and then peroxido and chromate 6. Let us look at. So, once again plus 2 x minus 2, then dioxido, oxido and oxo means same thing only, minus 2 and minus 2, that means minus 4, and thereafter peroxido, that means minus 2, and what is the sum then? 2 plus x minus 2 minus 4 minus 2 is equal to 0. So, from here what we got? X is equal to plus 6. So, this is absolutely fine, because as you can see here, we got the correct answer by the oxidation state. So, I would go for both of these, actually 2 and 4, both of these. As per the oxidation number, both of them are correct. Now, let us move to the next question, 56. The magnetic moment of the complex given below are in the order. Right. So, this is CO, and because of the strong field ligand, it will cause pairing up. So, it will become diamagnetic. Look at here, this is manganese. What is the state here? Plus 2. Plus 2 means D5. So, cyanide is a strong field ligand, but still, even if it will pair also, if I am talking through the valence bond theory, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 will be like that. Still we have how many unpaired electron? We have, but because it is a strong field ligand, so it will be pairing this, and total electron that we received here D5. So, that means one less will be there. So, now what we have to do? We have to pair it basically. So, let us pair it 1, 2, still we will get one unpaired electron. So, one unpaired electron will be there in this case. What about the next case? Chromium. Chromium in plus 3 means chromium D3 state. So, in D3, as you know, outside already we have vacant space 1, 2, 3. So, for 3 case we cannot have any pairing, because already this thing is there. So, its hybridization will be D2sp3. So, it will not use the further inside these 3 orbitals. So, for D3 case, all 3 will be unpaired electron only. So, here we have 1, here we have 3 unpaired electron, here we had 0 unpaired electron. Here in this case, cobalt, what is the oxidation number? So yes, we have total plus 3, and for cobalt plus 3 it will be simply weak field ligand is there. So we have to take cobalt means D7 and S2, 3D7 and 4S2. This I am after noble gas, this will be the configuration. So for plus 3 we will have D6. So D6 means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So how many unpaired we have? 4. Why I am not pairing in this case? Because the fluorine is weak field ligand. You can also solve the same question by crystal field theory also. You will get the same answer anyway. So in this case we have 4 unpaired electrons. So highest number of unpaired electron we have for cobalt. So this here we had how many? 4. So what is the correct answer then? 0, 1, 3, 4. So it will go in regular order. So that means 4 will have highest, then 3 and then 2 and then 1. So the correct answer will be 2 according to me. Moving to the next question. The geometry of NiCO4 and NiCl2PPS3 whole twice R. Now, what is the geometry for this case? So let's look into it. So NiCO whole 4. What is the oxidation number? 0. So nickel in ground state, if suppose no ligand is there, then in that case nickel whose atomic number is actually 28, it will be argon 3D8 and 4S2. In the presence of strong field ligand, there will be a tendency of pairing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will pair up here and we will get a vacant space in D itself. And the electron of S will be, that means nickel in excited state, will be pushed inside. So if it will be pushed inside, we will get 4s vacant, 4s 0, and then of course 4p will be 0. How many ligand do we have here in this case? Total 4. So what will be the hybridization? sp3. The D which was vacant by pairing is actually filled by the s electron when it moves back. So the correct answer will be sp3 for NiCO4. So sp3 means tetrahedral. This is tetrahedral. Now let's talk about this one. What is the oxidation state in this particular case? NiCl2. NiCl2 PPS3 whole twice. So what is the oxidation number? +2. Electronic configuration, nickel in ground state as usual, argon 3D8 and 4s2. Nickel +2, it will be argon 3D8, 4s0, 4p0. How many electron in D we have? 8 electron only. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. Now, do we have all of them as strong field ligand? So, just look at this. We have only 2 a good ligand, whereas 2 is a very weak ligand. So, I would suggest there should not be any pairing. So, if there is no pairing, that means we have 2. For getting 4 empty orbital, we have to select 4s and 4p. So, we have the hybridization now sp3 in this case also. So, the correct answer according to me will be both are tetrahedral. Now moving to the next question, which of the following order is correct in spectrochemical series of ligand? Now spectrochemical series of ligand, general point if you will keep in your mind, you will get the correct answer, otherwise you have to remember the whole thing. So carbon donor generally are very powerful. Thereafter if you look at this, it will be nitrogen donor, and thereafter if you will see, it is oxygen donor, and then last halogens, somewhere close to here. So this is the general thing. Now by looking this, if you will see here, yes, of course cyanide ion is better, but immediately they have given halide, so that is wrong. Cyanide is better, and then NO2 minus, and then carboxylate, and Cl minus and F minus they have given here. Look at the other option also, oxalate and carbon donor. So this is obviously wrong, because the most powerful is CO, and close to that only Cn minus used to come. Thereafter the first NO2 minus is also there, and it goes like that only. Alright. So the correct answer, once again here it is wrong, because oxalate is coming at the last in this series. So the correct answer according to me will be 58th one. So let's move to the next question, 59. Choose incorrect stability order. Now when we have to look at the stability factor, we need to know certain important thing. Number one is any chelation means presence of ring, stabilizes the species. Any pi acid ligand is there, that will form extra bond like CO, that will also make it very stable. So let's look at one by one, and for the same ligand and same oxidation state, if you move from 3D to 4D and 4D to 5D, the stability of the complex keep on increasing. It is very similar to the increase in delta O, octahedral splitting energy. As we go down the group, the stability also goes in the same way as the value of delta O, because if delta O is more, CFSE will be more, and if CFSE is more, stability will be more. Now let's go one by one. See, the triene ligand is a tetradentate ligand. So tetradentate ligand will of course stabilize this more. So this is obviously correct. Triene, then ene, then ammonia. Thereafter if you will see here, FeH2O whole 6, FeNO2 whole 6, Fe ammonia whole 6 plus 3. Then see, the oxidation state in every case of iron is plus 3. Then what we have to see, ligand only. Which is more stronger ligand? Obviously NO2 minus. So that means it is incorrect, and they are asking incorrect only. So incorrect answer will be 2. If you want to check the other, you can go through it. Here what is the problem happening? See, this is as usual, this statement is correct, but they are asking incorrect, so it will be only 2. This statement is correct by why? See, this is 3D, this is 4D, this is 5D series element. Here in fourth case, chromium in +1 and chromium in +2 and chromium in +3. If you will keep on increasing the charge, what happens? The delta O continuously increases, and which actually causes, which gives more and more stability to the complex. So fourth is also a correct statement, but they are asking incorrect, so only answer will be 2. Now moving to the next question, which of the following will have only 2 stereo isomeric center, isomeric forms in fact. So we have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Let's look one by one. So chromium NO3 whole thrice, ammonia whole thrice. isn't it similar to Ma3B3 case? And if it is like that, we have only two possible isomers for this, and both of them are optically inactive. So if we have ammonia, that means AAA, BBB, which is facial. Optically inactive. Another will be when we will keep AAA on the same plane and BBB like this. So this is another form. You can judge like this also. All three A are at 90 degree. Here 2A is at 90 and third one is at 180. So these two are actually geometrical isomer. This is known as FAC, facial, and this is meridional. So MER, in short it is represented by MER. So this have only two isomers, stereoisomers. Moving to the next case. So yes, oxalate also, it is a bidentate ligand. So we have the case like this, bidentate ligand and which is symmetrical. So it is just like this. And if you see, there is no plane of symmetry, no center of symmetry, so this is optically active. So if it is optically active, means this will also have another mirror image of it. An optically active form will have dextro and its levo form, which you can draw by taking the mirror image. So yes, this also have two isomers. Whereas if you look here, this one have three isomer. How? Because if I am taking the transform of this, so ene is like this and chlorine here. So transform have POS, so optically inactive it will have only one. But if you will talk about the cis form, then this do not have any POS and it do not have any COS, and because of that it is optically active. So it will have its another form also which will be optically active. So D plus L, this is 2 and here we have 1. So total answer will be 3. And similarly you can see here also in the same way we have 3 isomer, but they are asking only 2 stereoisomer. Answer will be 1 and 2. And if you look at the option which have 1 and 2, so this is this one. So the correct answer will be 2. Moving to the next question, guys. Which of the following platinum complex is used in cancer chemotherapy? So this is very popular. This is cisplatin, guys. And what is platin? PtCl2 ammonia whole twice. So this is an information based question, but you should remember this is very popular. Now moving to the next question. Consider these two reactions. So sulfide is initially roasted and it is forming oxide, and then oxide with sulfide it is forming X. X means straight away metal. So which atom have this capability? Now they are asking that X cannot be. So this property of auto reduction is mainly bared by mercury, lead and copper. So which do not bear this property? that is zinc. So my answer would be this one. Now moving to the next question. Consider the following reaction at 1000 degrees centigrade. So as we can see, 1 mole of ZnO, when it forms, the value of delta G is minus 1000, whereas if you look at the CO, it is minus 460. Sorry, at 1000 degree it is minus 360 and it is at minus 460. So choose the correct statement at 1000 degrees centigrade. So obviously, if delta G is more negative, that means this is more and more stable thermodynamically. So ZnO is more stable than CO is a wrong statement. ZnO can be reduced to zinc by carbon, yes. Why? Because the formation of CO is more stable. So if we'll simply add this ZnO forming Zn plus half O2 and this one, the other reaction means carbon plus half O2 forming CO, if you add these two, you will get that ZnO plus carbon forming Zn plus CO, and delta G for this reaction will be negative, means feasible. So yes, this is correct. Now if you want to check the other option, that ZnO and CO are formed at equal rate, by looking at these value we cannot decide about the rate because these are thermodynamic data and rate has to do with the kinetic information, rate constant and other parameters. So ZnO can't be reduced to zinc by carbon is a wrong option. So as I told you, second is the correct one in this case. Moving to the next question, 64. The process of the isolation of the metal by dissolving the ore in suitable chemical reagent followed by the precipitation of the metal by a more electropositive metal is called, yes. So taking inside the solution and then reducing by the active metal is called simply hydrometallurgy. Now moving to the next one, which of the following is not a method used for the concentration of ore? Okay, so magnetic separation, yes, it is used. Leaching is used. Froth flotation is used. Smelting means is a reduction process. It is a one of the very prominent and very important of pyrometallurgy. So smelting means heating with the reducing agent. So correct answer will be smelting because this is not a concentration method, proper reduction method. Now moving to the next question guys, 66. The material mixed ore is subjected for smelting in the extraction of iron ore. Okay. So you know in the blast furnace we add charge, and what is charge? So charge is actually the ore along with coke, that means carbon as a reducing agent, and along with CaCO3 which actually generates CO and which acts as flux. So what would be the right answer? Coke and silica, no. So limestone, silica, and coke and limestone. So the correct answer will be only coke and limestone along with metal, right? So iron plus coke plus limestone, that means CaCO3. So my answer would be second one, because silica is not taken. Silica is present as impurity there for iron. Now give the correct answer, give the correct order of initial T and F for the following statement. Use T if statement is true and F if it is false. Let's read that. So basically we have to tell true and false. So every mineral is an ore. Every mineral is an ore. Wrong. Why? Because that mineral from which we can remove and extract metal is termed as, extract metal economically is termed as ore. So now you read here, every mineral is a ore. So that's a false statement. So first statement is false. That means correct answer might be either 2 or 3. Now let's read that. Let's just play a trick, because the only difference is at the fourth one. So I would like to go straight away for the fourth one. So carnallite is an ore of magnesium and sodium. So what is carnallite, guys? What is carnallite? So carnallite is not the ore of sodium and magnesium. So what is it exactly? So carnallite formula is KCl dot MgCl2 dot 6H2O. KCl dot MgCl2 dot 6H2O. So this is the ore of potassium and magnesium, not that of sodium and magnesium. So fourth is actually wrong. Correct answer would be 2 only. All right. Okay. Now let's move to the another question. Find the incorrect matched pair. Okay. So Sylvine ore is related with potassium metal. Yes, that's true. Malachite ore is related with magnesium metal. What is malachite? Malachite is actually CuCO3 dot CuOH whole twice. So is there anywhere magnesium here? Obviously not. So that means this is wrong and they are asking incorrect match, so it will be simply 2. Moving to the next question. When ZnS and PbS materials are present together, then NaCN is added to separate them in froth flotation process as depressant, because very simple, because NaCN reacts with zinc and form ZnS and form a soluble complex of zinc, whereas lead attach with the froth, and lead is actually attached here in froth, whereas ZnS reacts with NaCN and form coordination number 4 complex, which is soluble in water. So this will be present in the solution form. So what are the statement? PbCN2 is precipitated while no effect on ZnS is wrong. Only a Zn forms soluble complex. Yes, that's true. Only PbS forms wrong. Both of them will form wrong. So correct answer will be only 2. Moving to the next question, the method of zone refining of the metal is based on the principle of, very simple. Zone refining is actually heating the material with a movable heater, and it is based on the principle that the impurities are more soluble in molten state, that means in liquid state, than in solid state. So let's read the option. Greater mobility of the pure metal than that of impurity? No. Higher melting point of the impurity than that? Not at all. Greater noble character? No. Greater solubility of impurity in the molten state of the metal than in the solid state? That is correct. Now let's look at these next question. The magnetic moment spin only of the brown ring complex of this. Okay, this is very important. Why? Because if you see here, we have iron in +1 state. So let's calculate x plus 0. Actually there is little mistake in writing this, it should be phi, H2O whole phi. But anyway, plus NO is in +1 state, and that is minus 2, that means sulfate is equal to 0. So, what is the value of X we are getting? Plus 1. So, what is the state of iron here if we are considering NO as plus 1? Then that is plus 1. So, iron in plus 1 state. Now, iron in plus 1 state with how many ligand we have? Total 6 ligand we have. Although NO is a good ligand, but H2O is very poor and H2O is actually dominating here. As I told you, H2O is 5. So, H2O is dominating means it will come under the case of weak field ligand. Now, in weak field ligand, this separation is not very great. So, Fe plus 1 means what? It is basically D7, guys, because the single electron is pushed here, because if you remember, NO donates an electron and that electron is taken by Fe plus 2. So, Fe plus 2 takes that electron and become Fe plus 1. So, basically it is NO which forces this. So, D7 means, let us do that, 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6 and 7. So, how many unpaired electron we have got? Total 3. And if 3 unpaired electron is there, so what will be magnetic moment? Under root 3, 3 plus 2 Bohr magneton. So, the correct answer will be under root 15. If you will take out this root value, then you will get 3.87 approximately. Alright. So, now let us move to the question number 72, and what it says: the crystal field stabilization energy of cobalt with ammonia is this value. Then what they are saying, find the value of X. Now, what is the oxidation number of cobalt here? Is plus 3, and ammonia in cobalt plus 3, ammonia is a good ligand and cobalt is in plus 3 state. So, it will definitely cause pairing here. That means basically delta O will be much higher than pairing. So, it will first pair up. So, I am just going to show you the splitting. This value is too high. So, it is T2G set of energy and this is Eg. So, we have cobalt in plus 3 state is nothing but D6. So, you will be going 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6. So, what is CFSE in this case? So, with this potential energy 0 state or average energy state, this value is actually 2 by 5 delta O. What is delta O? That is total splitting energy. So, what will be the CFSE? Number of electron in T2G multiply by the energy of that. So, how many electron is there? Total 6, multiply by minus 2 by 5 delta O, and how much that value is given? Minus X delta O by 10. So, that is equal to minus X delta O by 10. So, how much we are getting? 2 times delta O is cancelled, minus minus is cancelled. So, the value of X from here will come as 6 into 2 into 2. So, the total answer will be 24. So, X will be 24. Now, moving to the next question, and that is the question number 73. Now, in the electronic arrangement of the metal or metal ion in octahedral complex with D4, if delta O is quite less as compared to pairing energy. Okay. So, number one point is it is octahedral. So, in octahedral you know already the splitting, that we have T2G and Eg set like this, and delta O, this value is quite less, this splitting is quite less, and if it is less, if delta O is far less as compared to pairing, then what will happen? Instead of pairing, it will move up. So, 1, 2, 3, fourth electron will go up. So how many electron in T2G we have? We have 3. So this value will be how much? 3 by 4. And how many electron we have in EG? That is 1. So 1 by 2. So what will be this answer? 4, 3 plus 2, that is 5 by 4, and 5 by 4 is nothing but 1.25. So the correct answer will be 1.25 in this case. Fine, moving to the next question. In the extraction of the copper from the copper pyrite ore, out of the 6 moles of Cu2s, fraction of a mole that should be converted into Cu2 in base summarization, which subsequently undergoes self reduction to produce 6 mole of copper. Now finally what they are saying that this Cu2s undergoes self reduction with CuO and forms copper along with SO2. Now what they are asking? They are asking that initially we have 6 mole of Cu2s. Out of this, how many mole of this should be converted into Cu2O, so that out of the 6 mole, how many mole should be converted, so that with roasting, so that this reaction is automatically completed and we get 6 mole of this. So now can we balance this? This is 6. So sum of these to be 6. We have to balance it by looking at the oxidation number. So what is the oxidation number here? So we have here +1 and here also +1. This oxygen is in both the side, it is in -2 state. So basically we have to balance the loss of electron must be equal to the gain of electron. So what is the state of sulfur over here? Sulfur is present in +4 state. So definitely from here to here, how many electron, and here it is present in -2 state. So how many electron? It is actually losing 6 electron. So that means if you will combine these two, Cu2O and this one, they have to gain how many electrons? 6 electron. So per formula unit of Cu2s, how many electron is contributed, basically gained from here to copper? So per formula unit we have 2 copper, which is going from +1 to 0 state, So per formula unit it is basically gaining 2 electron from here. Then remaining 4 should be gained by this, and for gaining 4, that means 4 copper plus iron will be there, and 4 copper plus 1 means we have to take 2 Cu. Now if we are taking 2 CuO here, then total copper counting on the left and right side, if you do, it will come as 6. So once again, it is simply based on the charge. So if you already know the balance reaction, then there is no issue, otherwise you have to balance it. Now after balancing this whole thing, what we have got? That the ratio of Cu2s and this should be in 1:2, and total copper that was there in the form of Cu2s is 6. So how many Cu2O conversion will be there? So that will be in the ratio of 2/3, that means total number. So 2/3 of the total copper that we have is 6, that should be converted into Cu2O. So, the number of that is coming out to be 4. So, what is the fraction now? So, fraction of Cu2S, that is converted into Cu2O, that is equal to, total conversion is 4 and we had 6. So, this is 4 by 6. So, if you just simplify it, it will come as 0.66 dot dot dot. So, if you will round off, this will be 0.67. So, the final answer for this will be 0.67. Moving to the last question of this discussion, guys. And what is that? In the following equation, A M, B Cn, C water and 1 O2 forming X this and Y this, simply there where M is this one, silver and gold, then what is the value of A plus B plus C minus X plus Y by 4? Now, once again you have to go through the balancing. So, let us consider either silver or gold. So, if you know, that is, it is silver plus cyanide ion plus water plus O2 and it simply forms coordination number 4, that means coordination number 2, AgCN minus plus OH minus. Now, how to balance it? Once again, this is a redox reaction. So, if you have to balance it, you have to look at the loss and gain. So, who is losing? You look at here, cyanide here and here is present in the same state, -1 and -1. The only loss and gain is happening for this silver and this oxygen. And oxygen they have already fixed, that means only one of the oxygen. And where this oxygen is going from 0 to -2 state. And if it is going to -2 state, that means one of the oxygen atom is gaining 2 electron, then 2 oxygen means 4 electron is actually gained by this. So, if 4 electron is gained by this, and if you want to balance oxygen, you have to multiply this with 4. Now, if 4 electron is gained, then how many electron have to be lost by silver? Obviously, it is going into +1. So, 4. So, how will we get 4? When we multiply here 4 and here also 4. Now, if it is 4, then how many cyanide ion do we need to take? 4 into 2. That means total 8 cyanide ion we have to take. And now, remaining thing you can balance with water by simply looking at how many hydrogen atom we have. So, here we have total of 4 hydrogen. So, that means 2 water molecule. Now, just check the numbers on left and right side, everything is balanced, answer is yes. Now, can't we have the value of A, B, C, that means 4, 8, 2. So, 4 plus 8 plus 2 divided and a minus x plus y, that means this one and this one, means 4 plus 4 and whole divided by 4. If you solve this, this will be simply how much? 4 and 4 will be, and this 4 means here 4 we have. So, this is 6 by 4, this will be 1.5 will be the answer according to me. So, the correct answer for 75 will be 1.5. So that's all everyone for today's discussion. Hope you would have understood. So guys, if you want more videos like this, like, share, comment and don't forget to subscribe for the latest videos.